Hello folks and welcome to Shortest Trip to Earth, a space exploration game where you have to basically you're stranded in space and you have to take a spaceship back to Earth through 10 sectors of space combat, space exploration, space finding things and other space things. It's been compared visually a lot to FTL, although the combat is only vaguely similar and it's actually quite different. But we're going to just go with it. I've played a bit of the game. I've played about maybe 10 hours so far and I've done some... Haven't won the game, but for people who are aware of the game, so don't say any spoilers, I beat the second to last boss, but the residual effect of the second to last boss killed me before I could get to the last sector, if that makes sense. Anyway, you can start a new game. You can play the tutorial, which I recommend doing, because it's basically... it's easy once you know the basics. Cool. Challenging is whenever you run out of ship HP, you start losing max HP instead of simply dying. Space lets you pause the game, or hardcore. When your ship HP hits 0, the ship just dies and you can't pause, you can only turn on slow motion. And we're going to go hardcore. You get to go through 10 sectors until you get home. You start off at sector 1 and you can go all the way to sector 10. I got to the end of sector 9, basically. I got to the end of sector 9 and then died before I get to sector 10. I didn't even lose to HP damage. I lost to the crew dying out. The ship was still in one piece. Which is probably why I'm okay with hardcore, or at least try out hardcore, because last time I lost, it wasn't because my ship died, it was because... what's the word I'm looking for? It's because my crew died out, there you go. Anyway, we can pick our ship for the run. This is the ship that's most visually used in media to display Shortest Trip to Earth. This is the Tigerfish, this is the starter ship. It's a fine little ship, it's just a little bit slow. Not slow, it's a little bit cramped. Because, as you see, you can't actually change the size of the ship, you can't add on to the ship, you just have to modify the slots inside the ship. So the more slots a ship has, the more you can improve it. If you just show here the Tigerfish, you have the basic number of weapons it's got. This has got 4 weapons. You can increase the number of weapons by transforming other slots into weapon slots. You cannot increase the number of nuke slots, and you cannot add slots. You can only change slots from... Slots are like energy. You can change one to another, but you can't remove them or destroy them. Accuracy is just a flat bonus to your accuracy. Deflection is how likely enemy shots will just bounce off your hull, doing no damage. Evasion is how inaccurate their weapons will be. Your starting crew, your hull points, and survivability, I think, speak for themselves. Survivability is just a random score. It's just a score given. So we're not going to use a Tigerfish. We're not going to use the Nuke Runner, which is the other starter ship, I think. I think you start off with this one. You can unlock this one by just basically playing one game, you get the Nuke Runner, which is basically as similar to the Tigerfish, with just a different layout. And there's the Fierce Sincerity, which I think you get if you die once. The first time you die, which I did on purpose, just to unlock the ship, you get the Fierce Sincerity, which has 3 weapon slots, 2 nuke slots, 22 other slots. So one number I pay attention to is weapon slots plus other slots. That's 25. Here it's 20. The Rogue Rat you get for finishing Sector 1. That's 23 slots total. The Pumpkin Hammer you get for, I think, reaching Sector 3. Which is a very good ship. I like this ship. It has got 21 total slots. Plenty of space inside. A lot of movement. Space for movement. However, only 1 nuke slot. And you can never add nuke slots. Nuke slots are final. I want to have a bit more nuke slots. Besides, I've already done a run with this for myself. The Atlas was the one I had my most successful run in. The Atlas is a pretty good ship. It's got 27 slots total. 2 nuke slots there and there. And very, very nice selection of perks, etc. The Blue Star I haven't actually used yet. I'm not particularly very fond of it. Again, only 1 nuke slot. It's got 31 other slots, but only 1 nuke slot. And low evasion, low deflection. We are going to be using the Warp Shell. This is the ship I've decided to use. The best ship in the game is the Endurance. I haven't unlocked it yet, even though I did get to Sector 9. It just didn't give it to me. So we're going to get the Warp Shell, which has 4 weapon slots, 4 nuke slots, 1, 2, 3, 4 nuke slots, 22 other slots, so that's 26 slots in total. Fairly good evasion, fairly good deflection, fairly good accuracy. 10 starting crew, 33 hull points, survivability out of 5 out of 10, considering this is about 6 out of 10, and that's the highest one there is. Cool. Now that we've picked a ship, we get to name our crew. We have 10 crew, and then we get to spend our fate points. We got 90 fate points from my previous run, 31 fate points for starting at Sector 1, and 1 permanent fate point because I bought the perk that gives you a permanent fate point. And what we're going to do... Ooh, hello, what do we got here? We have permanent plus 6 fate points for next run. Permanent plus 8 points for next run. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Anyway, I'm going to start spending some of these fate points. And naming the crew, and I'll be back in a little bit. Right. We're back. I've named the crew. I've named the crew after my Patreon subscribers first. And Patreon subscriber with naming privileges, and then my some of my subscribers on Twitch, using a list I managed to find. Some of them were done by order of how long they've been subscribed to me. Others, then at some point, it's got to be a little bit random. We also spent our fate points, our 122 fate points. I got some more extra organics. Our supplies are hit points, organics, fuel, metals, synthetics, explosives, exotics, and credits, which is just money. So we got some extra organics just to spend some extra points in. A lot of these one-offs were just to mitigate some whatchamacallit. Some of the deck. You have to be above 0 on everything to carry on doing it. Things. So I could probably remove these two and spend a point elsewhere, but we shall find out. Exotics, an exotic toy, which takes 50 credits to give you 2 exotics and 10 synthetics. We got ourselves a med bay, a drone repair bay. We got ourselves an extra crew member. We got an extra adventurer, an extra scientist, a B-dread engineer, a rat cook. We got some fuel, max XP, ship max XP up, evasion up, deflection up, accuracy and evasion up. I put some points into the plus 5% evasion permanent perk. These perks will stay on forever. I didn't put points into these right now because, frankly, I'd rather have the perks to success. An extra repair and gardening drone. Very, very useful. An extra gunnery drone, a DIY garden, a mini growery, an improvised lab. An extra nuke, a shield breaker nuke. Some ship enhancements, plus 3 deflection over there, plus 3 ship HP over there. Upgrades to our ship reactors and upgrades to our ECM turrets. Probably unnecessary, but grab those and let's just get started, shall we? Let's not prevaricate. A malfunction in our ship's warp drive has landed us in deep space. Stranded all the way from all possibility of refueling. Our only option was to freeze ourselves and accelerate towards the closest star. Five years later. We've arrived at Caledion. Modules received from perks are currently inside storage. Open the storage panel? No. Right. Let's go to the ship first of all. This is our ship. This is our ship. We have our little modules over here. By the way, we spent 5 years asleep, right? Our only cryo capsule contains 6 people. So what exactly was happening to the other 6 people and pet? The drones were probably fine for 5 years, but there's currently 13 organics aboard the ship. What were the other 7 of them doing for 5 years? Anyway, what have we got here? We have got... I've never really looked inside one of these before. Like I did for testing, but I haven't really in-depth looked inside one of these before. We have... all the ship is comprised of slots. We have weapon slots, of which we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weapon slots can take weapons. Hybrid slots, which are indicated by this sort of octagonal shape here, can take point defenses and internal modules. It's things that specifically require hybrid slots. Like, I believe sensors are fine, but point defenses require a hybrid slot. ECM requires a hybrid slot. We have some... Let's go back to front. We got our engine, a DIY engine. The whole point of the warp shell ship is that the ship itself is quite advanced, but a lot of the components are a bit crap. Our weapons are really good, but other components are crap. We have a DIY engine, which is very high fuel consumption, not very good effects. We have ourselves some storage. This is MFO, metals, fuel, and organic storage, which gives us some of the storage and some extra max HP. Our base HP is 40. So we got a lot of HP given us by modules. We have some ESM1, which is explosives, synthetics, and metals. We have a custom-made warp drive, a crap warp drive, basically. It's not very good at all. It's very, very inefficient. Like, the base fuel cost for jumping is 50. This is 55 to jump. An exotics container. So everything you have must be contained aboard the ship somewhere. We have ourselves a assembled light reactor, which is a crap reactor. I'm going to move you over here. We have ourselves here an armored ECM turret, which give us bonus to our deflection, evasion, and bonuses to our match HP. We have 2 of those. This is our storage area where we have all the things we're currently using or could be using. We have our nuke slots over there, a cryo cabin over there. This is a multi-container FO, fuel and organics multi-container. We have here a empty. We got a nuke, haven't we? You got a nuke. We can put our shield breaker nuke in there. We have ourselves our bridge, which is a DIY bridge, some DIY shields, a DIY sensor. Our point defense isn't DIY, thankfully, but that's one of the few things that isn't point defense. And we have our weapons, which I'll explain in combat. Now, just sideways on. On the side here, we have our resources: organics, fuel, metal, synthetics, explosives, exotics, data, and fate points, which you can basically, as you level up, as you go through the game, you get fate points, which you can spend in your next run. We have our economy. So every time we move, we're using 39 organics per 100 range units, 40 fuel per 100 range units. We're not generating any data per range units. We have our bonus data and our power. Now, so let's go through here. These are our assignments: bridge, gunnery, point defense, shielding, etc. These are our crew. Some of our crew's already hurt. So first thing I need to do is I need to organize our peacetime and our combat modes, so people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. In peacetime, most people will either be sleeping or in the farms, in the groweries, because we want to lower that life support as much as possible. If not, have it in the positive. Have an organic profit rather than a deficit. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down my micro growery and our mini growery. Our DIY science lab will go down there. We'll keep the resource pack. I can open that. Some organics and some synthetics. I'll get those open. I might actually pop down the med bay, and because people are wounded, so Irinia, go heal up, please. And who else is wounded? Is anyone else wounded? No, is everyone else okay? Admiral Keo the cat. No, this is fine. Let's pick this up again. They do not want that to get shot. Our drones are not damaged either. That's good. That's very, very good. Right, so first things first, let's rip off everyone from every position here. Let's prepare our ship. So first things first, I want someone in the bridge at all times. If you see a slot has a red operator signal, it means it's not functional. If you have someone in the bridge, a bridge can operate every slot that doesn't have a person on it. So a bridge will cover all my weapons, all my sensors, etc. can all be covered by the bridge. So we want our best bridge crew. Who's our best bridge officer? Is the Rook. By far. 5 bridge. So Rook, you go to the bridge and you will never, ever, ever, ever leave the bridge. You will be in the bridge both combat and non-combat. You are the captain of this vessel. We have power issues. As you notice, our power generation is only 30, and we have too many things online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off a couple of these two. We don't really need them when we're not in non-combat mode. Who are our heaviest eaters? Who eats the most for us? Oh, hang on. No, not Rook. Rook's staying there. No. Nox. Nox is a lizard man. A lizard folk soldier, so not eats loads, and is good at gunnery and shields, etc. But you're not very good at farming, so Nox, you go to bed. You'll be sleeping in peace mode because that'll lower that consumption a lot. In fact, who are our best growers? Actually, who's my best sensors one? Best sensors is the other thing I need to be paying attention to when we are flying around. You're a scientist, you can go to the science. Dr. Van Hook, that's something else that can happen. Science, go work in the science. Good at sensors, Punit. You can go you're pretty good at sensor work, so you're 3 sensors, so you're gonna go my sensor. You'll be my peacetime sensor operator. Who's good at growing? Because now we have our lab occupied. We could put someone else in lab. Who else can go in lab? Who else is good at lab work? Steel, you're pretty good at lab work. So Steel, go to the lab. Who's good at farming then? Who are the best farmers we've got? I know we've got one farming drone who's very good at farming. The Hand of Stalin. Go to the point defense, Hand of Stalin. And E-Bag. Actually, yes. Sensor, whereas we have E-Bag, which is our sensor drone. We don't need Punit. Punit. Go to bed, Punit. Go to sleep. Use 6 E-Bag. I'll take care of my sensors. Right, so again, who are our best farmers now? Not Morgan, the rat cook. Go to the garden. And Rollo is 3. It's not great, but it's something. Alright, so now we have... Our profit at the moment is, see, minus 32. I've got 4 slots left over, so I can send 4 people to sleep. Which we definitely will be doing. Who is not doing anything at the moment? Joe will probably be one of our gunners. Boscaro... it's good at hand-to-hand combat, not much else, so Boscaro go to bed. Rakavan, you're okay gunner. You're probably going to be gunners as well, as will Morthen be. So you lot can go to bed as well. Erinia, you can be security, in which case Joe, you can get to bed as well. So we have 2 drones not accounted for at the moment. You can go farm. The cat doesn't do anything. The cats can operate the bridge, operate shields, and operate the warp drive. However, they're not reliable because at any point they just walk away. You can't really give them orders. All your crew are volunteers in the lore. So that's all full up. That's full up. That's full up. That's full up. So, Erinia, you can walk around as our... be a repair person, just temporarily. Just temporarily. And where's Erinia, by the way? Erinia's over there, correct? Yeah. So I'm going to save that as my peace mode. I'm at minus 4, which is fairly decent. Anything below like minus 20 is probably alright, to be honest. But this minus 4, that, and everything is... We currently have plus 29. Okie dokie. Right, now, that's our peace mode sorted out. Let's do combat mode, which means everyone awake, no one in there, no one in there, everyone back out. You're probably going to be fine over there, even fine over there. Right, our best gunners. Our best gunners will be operating guns. Best gunners are Noxibo, go to a gun. Joe, go to a gun. Punit, go to a gun. Morthen, go to a gun. Who's our best shield operator? It's Nox. Nox, go to shields. Because I'd rather have... We have more 5s available for gun work. Like for example, Rakavan can go to weapons, not guns, weapons. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Weapons, there you go. So Joe, Morthen, Punit, and Rakavan are our gunneries. Erinia, security. Steel, repair work. Your repair is pretty high. Boscaro, honestly, probably firefighting for the moment. You're not going to do a lot doing that. Dr. Van Hoch, you can't really do much at all at the moment, so you're going to go for repair work. Not Morgan. Again, you're not really set up for a non-combat role, so you can go for fire exhaustion. Rollo, also not really good at non-combat work. Fire. Nia will be our repair work, and you will be technically fire prevention as well. And that is probably okay for our combat situation. Right, anyway, let us load up our peace mode and then we will look around. Because out here is our look of space. We are here in the Caledon system. We need to get all the way to K Kartoffel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things to go to. And we get to explore our own systems first. So let's go for it, shall we? We are ready. We are ready. We are in peace mode. Let's make a move. Caledon 9, a gas giant. Let's go there. Caledon 9. Accessible fuel elements detected in the atmosphere. Atmospheric risk acceptable range. We shall harvest our fuel. We descended an approaching megastorm and evacuated the area. It seems the weather here is quite unpredictable. The storm has passed and we may attempt harvesting again. We will attempt harvesting again. Good, we got some fuel. Simple fuel. We may harvest more elements from deeper within layers of the atmosphere. However, powerful atmospheric effects of the gas giant make this operation inherently risky. Nah. We can keep harvesting with our ship. I haven't got the synthetics to spare, but I've got HP to spare at the moment. Minor accident. We got us some fuel. Good. We're good. We have detected even greater accessible fuel elements deep near the gas giant core. However, venturing this deep is incredibly dangerous. Nah, we're okay. We'll leave for now. Right, what do we have down here? A planet with an atmosphere, Caledion 6. Lush forests and jungles cover this planet. It looks like a good spot for harvesting some organics. Caledion 6. Eco-harvesting here is easy because the local ecosystem is Earth-like, and our harvesting technology does not need any adjustments. So we shall research an eco-harvest. Get some organics in. Our crew and bots eco-harvested fruits and seeds and eggs, leaving everything else intact. We got a large haul of organics without killing a single creature. That is a pretty good haul of organics. And some xenodata as well, which is basically credits. Okay, Caledion 4. Small volume of harvestable fuel elements. Risk is below average. Good. And some large asteroids with low value there. Modest mineral profile. There's a minor risk of being hit by some of the faster rocks. Prospect the asteroids. Yeah, a little bit of metals. Nothing major, but it's progress. We are still in peace mode. However, we are about to leap to an area where we haven't got sensor areas. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something that's possibly a little bit cheaty, but I'm going to just scroll over because it's not like FTL where that area is completely separate. I can, if I wanted to, fly there myself. Right. This is Neo Kartoffel. So where's Neo Kartoffel? Neo Kartoffel's that one. So I want to look at what Kenia is. Where is Neo Kartoffel? I lost it. Kenia, there you go. There doesn't seem to be anything in Kenia. Kenia seems to be blank. Nothing there. Whereas there's definitely some stuff here. A space station. No fleet though, as far as I can see anyway. So we're just going to go to Neo Kartoffel. We shall warp. We will warp. I don't have to do this time round, but just to show off what it's like. I also need to do this, by the way, because I just realized something very, very bad. Is that I haven't actually got my ECMs turned on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the exotic destabilizer cannon, because I haven't actually gone through my weapons yet. We have a very good EMP dual ray gun. Does a lot of damage to shields and a little bit of damage to hull. Will never deflect, ever. And EMPs for 20 seconds. Very, very good. An EMP Shuriken Sniper uses synthetics to fire. Most weapons that have projectiles use explosives to fire. Never deflects, ignores shields completely. Doesn't no damage to hull, but does a very long EMP to modules it hits. We have the EMP Plasma Cannon, which uses no materials at all. Bit of power. Never deflects. Plenty of damage to shields. Plenty of damage to hull. And some EMP and can cause a fire. And we have this baby here, which is the Exotic Destabilizer Cannon, which is ignores shields, never deflects, plenty of damage to hull, plenty of damage to modules, plenty of damage to people, guaranteed fire. However, it uses exotics to fire, of which we have only 2. So I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to turn this on. And that'll be saved as our combat mode. Because this thing I'll probably only use in dire circumstances. Maybe not even then. Great, fantastic weapon, not something I want to be firing on a daily basis. But anyway, I will jump in combat mode because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Aha, there was a fleet here because it wasn't in radar range. I didn't see it, but there was a fleet there. A small fleet of ship is approaching tactical weapons range. They are using some kind of auxiliary jamming devices and decoys to make the exact contents of their fleet unclear from this range. This is nothing personal. We just need to feed our families. What you need is a lesson. We can either pay organics or we can attack them. And let's do some combat, because that's the whole point of the game, right? Or not the whole point of the game, but it's one of a lot of points of the game. What do we have here? We have DIY Fire Cannon Mark 1, DIY Fire Cannon Mark 2. They fire shots that take synthetics, that ignore shield, but they generate a lot of fire. The whole point of this is it's a guaranteed fire hit. They have a standard particle blaster, This weapon has a good rate of fire and accuracy, but its particle projectiles are slow and won't penetrate energy shields. Interesting, I've never seen one of these before. That's kind of cool. I want to see what it's like. And they have an EMP railgun, which is basically ray gun, which is basically the worst version of what we've got. We're just going to start firing. Our accuracy increases the size of this arc. So the more accurate our weapon, the smaller the size of the arc is. We're just going to start firing. I'm going to go into... Because the fire cannons open fire, our point defense shoots them down. So you have to worry about their deflections. Misses. Okay, we have 69% deflection and 54% evasion, so it can be quite good for us. That is going to have power problems now, because we've EMP'd their one reactor, and the other one is actually EMP'd and damaged as well. So that DIY fire cannon doesn't have any power. Do they have any more power generation? Don't know. Good question. Where are they generating power from? Because they've still got some things online. That's offline. Anyway, we shall focus now, because they've got... Their evasion is now 1%. We can get very accurate shots here, which we will be doing as much as possible. Some very accurate shots will be happening here. Oh, there we go. We have our first border as well. First two borders. Uh-oh, we need people to be prepared for combat. Boscro. Boscro's pretty good at guns. What was Boscro doing before then? Steel. Yeah, there you go. So he's shooting this down slowly. Good. He's down. A lot of the ship is EMP'd out. I'm going to stop firing the Shuriken Sniper because it takes synthetics to fire, and I don't think I need any at the moment. I'm just going to keep making sure that we keep everything that they've got in EMP'd out, i.e. both their power supplies, fully EMP'd out as much as possible. They've got some power now, but everything's still EMP'd out. Those are both damaged. Bam. That's EMP'd out. That's EMP'd out. I think we've got this made. They haven't got through our shields pretty much. Ever. And bam, there you go. Nice shot. Nice shot indeed. And we are now collecting some supplies. We've got 2 modules, fuel, metals, a fate point for our next run. What do we got? We got some generators. That's what we want. We want better generators. We got a little ECM turret. Ours is better. We'll just scrap that immediately. But they got a Rat Empire's energy reactor, which is way better than what we need. Replace that immediately, which means we've got way more power now. Because this was giving us 4, that's giving us 13. We have our power is now up considerably, which is not going to do a lot for our combat mode, but it's going to be very nice for our safety mode. It means in our peace mode, we can probably turn these back on again. Which means that when we start combat, they'll already be turned on. That can probably get turned off as well. That never needs to be on, really. Never really needs to be on. We could replace that with the attack cannon 3 old that we started with. But think that uses 10. That uses 10 explosives per every 18 seconds. Does a lot of damage, but I'd rather not. I don't like using explosive guns. Not at least nothing as useful as this. I want something a bit more efficient. Anyway, Space Imperium Rat Station. Oh, am I in the right mode? I'm in the right mode. Yes. Why are our sensors not great? Our sensor isn't great anyway. Okay, fair enough. Our sensors aren't fantastic at the best of times. Right, we're at a station where we can repair damage done to our ship. None damage was done. We can sell and buy things. We can sell some organics if you so wished. Sell some organics. Good. I'll sell some synthetics. Give about 150 of each. Metals I'll keep plenty of because we'll always need metals. Metals you can use to repair the hull in combat. What have they got for us? They've got ourselves a science lab, a med bay, I think they've got that, a death tail laser, ancient. 10 seconds, 20 accuracy, 0.3 area of effect, 1 shot times 5 damage. It gives us 1 shot of 5 damage to shields, hull, and modules. default damage to crew, so it's 80% of dealing 3 damage to the crew in the target area. And there's no chance of a fire at all. Science lab is best lab over there. Our lab uses 1 power. Yeah, don't really need that. That's not required. Do you want a crew member? Do I want a crew member? I do want to keep grabbing crew members as much as possible. Rat people eat less than humans do, although they tend to be a little bit worse on stats. But I'm going to say no. Don't get a grab crew at the moment. Not at the moment. Not really. Oh, hang on. So, 1 second. Have we done this wrong? So that's on that, off that. Save. There you go. And there you go. Much better. Much better. Okie dokie. Let us go to this planet here. Ooh, got hit by an asteroid. We finally had some damage to the ship. Where was it? You can always see all the damage done over there. Repairable only in a station because it's in the middle of a bulkhead. Because it's in a bulkhead, the crew can't get there, which means they can't repair it. Unknown trade signal happening over there. Okie dokie. There's a very small station in orbit of this otherwise uninteresting planet. It is sending a crude drones for sale signal, but its credentials are unknown. You can dock with the trader. Let us dock with the trader, then I want some drones. It's a pirate ambush. Several boarding bots have been detected upon our ship's hull. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Ship's been self-destructed. We lost some crew. We got some modules back out. What do you got? Some tech artifacts. I'll do them afterwards. I've got some ships. I've got some drones to worry about here. I don't see the externals. What have we actually got to worry about here? Drones. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Lot, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Combat mode, everybody. Everyone who doesn't have to be doing a thing on combat mode, please. Right, okay. You go around that way. Cause I want to group everyone together. Everybody, group up here. Rook, go back to the bridge. Punit! Where's Punit? Punit! Hide, buddy. You're badly hurt. Okay, who's badly hurt right now? Rakavan's badly hurt as well. Rakavan, move out there. Blackstone, what are you doing, Blackstone? God, no repairs. Don't worry about repairs now. Shoot things. We lost somebody. Bloody hell, we lost somebody. Who did we lose? Oh god, who's here? Steel, we just lost bloody Steel! Kill these drones, please. We lost 2 people, we lost Punit as well, I think. Kill him! Thank you, bloody hell. We lost 2 people there. Punit and Steel, blast! Curses. That's what kills me. More than anything else in the game, what kills me is the being attacked in the crew. Come on. Everyone healed up. We're almost out of organics as well. Yeah, we're out of organics. Blast it all, we can't heal everyone up. What do you have here? Tech artifact engine booster. Scrap that. Scrap that. And scrap that. Right, everyone back to this peace mode, please. Everyone back to peace mode, and now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do, because we are in bad shape right now. We are in bad shape right now. Unfortunately. That was a bad loss for us. Arinia? Go research. If you're going to be out and about, you're going to be researching. We're making a positive amount of food at the moment, but it's still an annoyance. It's still really bad. So that's gonna... What's our combat mode? What is the change for our combat mode? Steel was a repairman. What was Punit doing? Punit was one of my gunners. Blast it all. Who else is good at gunnery? Nox is good at gunnery. No one else is anywhere near as good at shields as you are. Nox got a gun. Go get a gun. It's more important that you get a gun, and then we'll put Erinia on shields. Right, save that. Load peace mode. Blast it all. That was a horrible, horrible death. And I think we're going to call the episode there, folks. Wow. That was an annoyance. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.